Hi, my name is Ravi. Today I'm working on 2001 BMW Series 3 318i E46 3-liter car. Customer original complaint is when drive 3-4 kilometers, EML flashing and lose the power. Sometimes it can drive more kilometers, but that issue pop up. Key off and start the engine could drive the car again few kilometers. So, according to the customer explanation, seems to be any critical failure drive the car into limp home mode. Okay, let's diagnose this issue in our way. Before that, I will drop the history of this car that customer told me. 6 months ago, they have had same kind of issue and has been changed the engine control module. But problem still pop up time to time. Other shop has diagnosed it that the throttle body bring this problem. And then change the aftermarket brand new throttle body and issue is fixed. Car was driven no issue nearly 6 months. And again EML flashing and lose the power now. Again, another shop has tried to diagnose it and they just got a fault code for throttle position sensor after EML flashing. So they are dumped now because already replaced an ECM and brand new throttle body too. They have checked wiring integrity too, which was okay. So that's the story behind. Now car is on our hand and customer need proper diagnosis because firing parts into this BMW Canon is super expensive. As always, let's scan the car first. I have hooked up the launch CRT711 diagnostic tool here. Okay, already I am in the BMW system. Here you can see the vehicle details. BMW Series 3 E46 and 280,000 km on it. (2001) manufactured an N42 engine. Okay, let's go to the next. You can see the EML light here. That's the check engine indication generally. Okay, we are in the system now. So let's take a health report first. Right away, engine control module has a one fault code. Anyway, we have to wait for all the other systems scanned and check for any fault code available for other systems too. Okay, all the system scanning 100% done. You can see that couple of systems have generated fault codes. Engine control module has one fault code, ABS has one fault code, and SRS also have two fault codes. And any other system here, light switching center has two fault codes. So I don't care about those fault codes. I only need to care about the engine control module fault code. That is 2786 DME Throttle Valve potentiometer. This is a manufacturer specific fault code, but its definition should be related to the throttle position sensor. Anyway, let's go into the engine control module and see the data. Before that, I start the car here. Okay, just go back and I select here system selection and then drive and then engine control module. Here we are in the engine control module. You can see the VIN number here. So I just continue it and then I go to the read fault code. We have here 2786 same fault code. I just go backward. He asked, do you want to display corresponding EOBD DTCs? Yes. P0121 throttle panel position sensor range performance. I'm right there, so it's related to the throttle position sensor. So I would like to glance at throttle position related data. So I go to the read data stream and then select here accelerator panel position sensor data, and I would like to throttle position data here, throttle opening. So I select that two data feed because I can't see any other data for the throttle position. So here you can see already accelerator panel position sensor is 0 and throttle opening is around 5% or 4%. Okay, I would like to see these two data feeds in the graph mode. For that, I have to select both data feeds together and go to the graph mode. Here you can see blue trace is accelerator panel position, orange trace is for the throttle opening. Look at that. When I snap the throttle, it's responding very well. I can't see any fault here. When I snap the throttle, throttle and accelerator panel position sensor data is responding very well. That's weird. Even though scan data shows perfectly, it set a fault code for the throttle position sensor. It could have another issue, so definitely we have to do some more other tests to trace this problem. It cannot be seen in the scan data, especially in the throttle position sensor data. Okay, my next test is trace TPS signals and the throttle actuation command signals on the throttle body in order to trace this problem. You can see here I have already backprobed 4 channels into the throttle body pigtail. Number 1 and number 2 channels go to the throttle actuation command wires. Number 3 and number 4 wires go to the throttle position sensor signal wires. Actually, there are 2 potentiometers in this throttle body for sensing the throttle position as high and low. So I have backprobed both of them. So let's go to the scope and set up the scope. Okay, here we are. This is my Handtech 4-channel oscilloscope. Here's number 1 and 2 is the throttle actuation command signals, and number 3 and 4 for the throttle position signals. Okay, let's go to the screen and set up those 4 channels. Here, number 1 channel, I need to set the voltage scale over the battery voltage, because you know when we trace a motor control, it will produce a back EMF. So back EMF always give us a higher voltage than the battery voltage. So I select their 19 volt, and then I do the same things for the number 2 channel, because that is also on the tag drivers, and number 3 and number 4 channel I am going to see the 5 volt signal. So here I select near 5 volt range. I have 8 volts here. Oscilloscope setup is done. I am planning to do a test run with this setup and capture the waveform, because customer told us that this fault occur always when drive the car. So during the test drive I would like to see the scan data too. So I load here those 2 data bits which I show earlier, accelerator panel position and throttle opening data bits. So before I start the test run, I would like to clear the fault code in the engine control module, because I would like to see that engine control module set this fault code again if I was able to recreate the problem during the test run. Okay, fault code was cleared. So let's start the test run. Anyway, I did the test run. I apologize to you that I was unable to film the waveform during the test run, because there was unexpected traffic condition on the road. I was afraid to filming and driving both together. But happy to tell you that I was able to trace the problem during the test run. Next thing, I was able to find a way to recreate this problem in the parking position at the idle. Just need to snap the throttle nearby and stress the throttle actuation. If we do so couple of seconds, problem is recreated. Okay, let's do it in that way. Oscilloscope is ready to go and the scan data will be observed during the test. Okay, I hit the record button here. You can see the 4 traces there, and I tap on the start button. You can see waveforms are rolling over there. I snap the throttle without starting the car. You can see that throttle actuation going on, and here when I snap the throttle, you can see that throttle position also changing. Okay, let's start the car and see what is going on there. Here yellow and green traces are for the throttle actuation, blue and purple traces are for the throttle position sensor. Okay, let's see what is going on the 4 traces while we snap the throttle. Here I snap the throttle. You can see that yellow trace is doing pulse width modulation job in order to open the throttle plate. And simultaneously, do you see that purple trace got some spikes on it, but it shouldn't be there. You can't see that perfectly because it's aligned on the yellow trace. I will separate these 4 channels in order to see better view. You can see here those glitches that on the purple trace got some spikes. Those are glitches. But look at this on the scan tool, still it shows perfectly when I snap the throttle position changing according to the snap. And simultaneously I will show you again EML has flashed already with that triangle mark show us a critical warning. I will try to focus it. Here you can see in that corner EML is flashing, and in the middle of the screen you can see that triangle mark that shows us car is in the limp mode. This is a critical fault. Okay, you can see on the purple trace that glitches are going on. I don't know what kind of glitches or what kind of spikes they are, how high voltage spike hit onto this purple trace. But this purple trace should work between 0 and 5 volts, because this is a 5 volt signal for the throttle position sensor. So that is clear, one of throttle potentiometer signal hit a voltage spike. So that is why ECM set a fault code and light this EML light and the triangle mark. Now we have to find where this voltage spike come from to the throttle potentiometer signal on the purple trace. Okay, let's stop the recording and analyze this recorded waveform to find that what are the glitches on this purple trace. Anyway, I found same glitches on the purple trace during my test run. So I would like to see that the same code has been set on the ECM after ELMS lit. Yes, that is 2786, same code. So no doubt this code goes to light the ELM and triangle mark. Okay, let's go to the waveform analysis and try to find what is this spike on the purple trace and where it comes from. You know already yellow and green traces are for the tach drivers and the blue and purple traces are for the throttle position sensor. Do you see here blue and purple traces waveform changes? Those are throttle position signal changes corresponded to snap throttle, TPS high and low signals. Simultaneously, do you see that voltage spike in places on the purple trace? These voltage spikes are everywhere on the purple trace. When I snap the throttle and stress the throttle body, this voltage spike hit more frequently onto the purple trace. Anyway, let's measure these voltage spikes are how high, because that could reveal what is going on here. First of all, I will separate this purple trace away from others and put a horizontal ruler to measure the spike voltage height. I have to use two rulers to measure what is the exact voltage height of this purple trace. So I get another ruler, another horizontal ruler, and put it on the purple trace. Yeah, but here you can see 12, but we have to adjust it little bit more because it's not right on the purple trace. Now it's on the right on the purple trace. It's around 13.3 volt. That is battery voltage. So battery voltage hit into the throttle position signal. How it could happen? Basically only two places that could battery voltage synchronize onto the TPS signal. Those are from ECM or from the throttle body itself. If we take into consideration the ECM side, ECM send this tach command as the pulse width modulated battery voltage into the throttle motor. Then change in the polarity, throttle motor do his job to open and close the throttle flap. That is a separate circuit on the ECM called tach drivers. TPS is 5 volt signal sent from ECM to throttle body and bring back throttle position signal as a input data into the ECM. That is also a separate circuit. On the other hand, this car has a new ECM recently replaced. So I don't think this failure bring by the ECM. Therefore, let's put our attention into the throttle body. Inside the throttle body, there is a high possibility to get that battery voltage spike hit onto the TPS signal when snap throttle and stress the throttle body. Maybe a failure of the circuit in the throttle body lead to this condition that battery voltage synchronize into the TPS signal, because that is the easiest place that could be. But obviously this is not a direct short into the battery voltage. Even though this is a new throttle body that's 6 months old, but it could be a aftermarket junk. So I am confident enough to call on this aftermarket throttle body. This throttle body itself create this problem. Already I let the customer know the situation. He mean not possible to find a throttle body inside the country and has to import it and wait for 4 to 6 weeks. Actually, I have no part supplier for this European vehicles. So customer will import it personally and I will update you guys in the comment section later when replace a new throttle body. Anyway, thank you for watching. Stay subscribed with us for more diagnostic videos.